G'day everyone, I'm AzureBlaze, and welcome to my thoughts on video. A bit of a different one. I'll be doing this inside of Minecraft, as can be seen on the video. I won't be doing like notes or scripting or anything like that. Let's try that again. G'day everyone, I'm AzureBlaze, and welcome to a My Thoughts on video. A bit of a different My Thoughts on video. I'll be doing my thoughts on a Minecraft movie. I'm going to be doing it a little bit different to how I usually do... my thoughts on videos. Instead of like writing down notes and then basically reading it as if it's a script and expanding on it, I'm simply going to be going off the cuff this time. I'm going to be doing it while playing Minecraft, probably exploring my world. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. However, yeah, this video is going to be very spoilery. I'm not going to really be holding anything back. If I talk about something, I talk about it. Yeah, if I feel like talking about something, I will probably talk about it, as I say. And I must mention that I have tried to do this video at least 3 times before and was having a lot of trouble consolidating my thoughts. I watched the movie last night. I tried to do it about an hour-ish after it twice, and I couldn't. I simply was struggling, and then I tried again this morning, and I couldn't do it either. Therefore, I'm going to try it again now, and hopefully I can do a little bit better. Anyway, yeah, a Minecraft movie. I'm going to start directly with like the biggest thing that is like a big net positive, I think, and that's like the Minecraft elements themselves, which makes sense considering it's a Minecraft movie. However, that is the one thing they needed to get right, was the Minecraft elements, and while a lot of them aren't specifically accurate, there is a lot of like fairly accurate stuff as well, and I think it works fairly well for the most part, and that was quite enjoyable. I guess the thing to say about the movie, like a one-word sentence, I could say a one-word sentence, a one-sentence mini review, I guess I could say about it is, I found it enjoyable and fun and interesting. I can't say. I think the general audience, by what I could tell, at least from my cinema, really enjoyed the movie. Whereas I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. Like, I did quite enjoy it. However, I don't think I was on the same level as a lot of other people. And I think the main reason was because of the humor. I simply do not like a lot of the, I guess, teenage current generation humor that's in a lot of movies nowadays. I remember Thor 4 when it came out. I actually do not like that movie at all. And I even have, like, while a lot of people really like Ragnarok, and I like Ragnarok, I didn't like it as much as a lot of other people as well because of the humor in it. I don't know, I simply don't find it as funny. Like, it's not quite as funny. And it's funny coming with that, because I generally feel like I'm someone who's really easy to amuse. Like, I'll laugh at a lot of different things. However, yeah, the general, like, current generation humor I'm not the biggest fan of. Yeah, that's just probably the best way to describe why I wasn't as excited about the movie as a lot of other people. The other thing is the acting. Like, while there was some good acting, like, I think, is it Emma Myers, I believe, who plays Natalie in the movie? I think she did pretty well. Jack Black and Jason, I mean, Jack Black basically played himself, and Jason already knows how to act. I'm not the biggest fan of Jason's character, however, I don't think he did a bad job at it. Everyone else in the movie, though, their acting was a little bit off, I feel. Sometimes a little bit forced, and sometimes it felt like they were reading directly from the script, like while they're speaking. I don't know, that's my opinion on it, and other people may have found it fine and all that sort of thing. However, to me, it felt a little bit off-putting every now and then. It sort of took me out. The other thing was sometimes the visuals didn't line up perfectly with the characters, and that was a little bit off-putting as well. That sometimes took me out of the movie. Like, there was a part where Natalie was roared at by a massive piglin in front of her, and despite the fact that he was sitting there roaring at her, which means a lot of air would be coming out of his mouth, like, her hair wasn't, like, moving at all or anything like that. Like, nothing was reacting to the big piglin's roar. Like, that sort of thing. I don't know. I noticed that straight away. Like, whether other people do or not is a whole other thing. However, I noticed stuff like that straight away. And I don't know if that's because I have a background in animation and film production and stuff, but yeah, it's it's interesting. It's an interesting thing that they didn't pick up on when making the movie. However, otherwise, as I said though, like the movie itself, I did quite enjoy it overall. As I said, the Minecraft elements were really good. Uh, there was more things like when the plot itself was fairly basic. Like there was a lot of times where you could make it a movie that wasn't set in Minecraft and the plot would work. Like there's a lot of things like the way they craft and all that sort of thing. That was definitely Minecraft. However, like the general basic plot about like there's an evil villain who wants to take over the world and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was as fairly generic, and I don't feel the motivations behind the main villain, while they're there, I don't feel they were like strongly depicted enough. I don't think because the main theme of the movie that it keeps trying to push, at least from my understanding, because they talk about it all the time, is creativity, which makes sense. It's Minecraft. Minecraft's all about creativity, and yeah, like it's something that I feel like they could have gone even further on in the movie. They bring it up a lot of the time, and it's raining in my desert. Okay, this must not be a desert biome anymore. Shows you how... Oh, it's lightning as well. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I didn't really want to talk about the game as much. Yeah, the movie... Yeah, they could have gone further into creativity, like the ideas and concepts behind it and all that sort of thing. Like, they touched upon it. They discussed how, like, for some reason in this universe, the creative people are the ones who get bullied and picked on, which I can't say is something that I've seen in real life. I don't know, usually the most creative people tend to get further by what I've seen at least. And yeah, I don't know, the movie sort of sent the message that generally in the schools and stuff, people who are creative don't really get, like, they don't get the attention they deserve or something like that. I don't know, it didn't feel sort of right. And then there wasn't much else about it though, like other than the fact that one of the main characters was really creative and made things in Minecraft and all that sort of things. I feel like they could have gone a bit further, considering the main villain's motivation was like anti-creativity, because they tried to sort of be creative once and nobody batted an eye. Therefore, yeah, I don't know. That's my take on it anyway. I feel like they could have gone much further with the concept of creativity, considering it's a Minecraft movie and Minecraft's about creating and stuff like that. I do like how each of the characters, while I don't feel a lot of them were developed enough, really, I do like how each of the characters sort of had their own niche in Minecraft, sort of like how Minecraft players do. Like, you got the people who really like redstone, and the people who really like building, the people who really like battling and all that sort of thing, and like that was sort of reflected in a lot of the characters. Like Henry and Steve were big like builders. Henry was very big in creating stuff, and then Natalie was really good at battling. You know, I can't actually remember the other lady's name. However, she ended up doing a lot of stuff with redstone and the animals side of things. And Jason Momoa sort of was like, I mean, I can't really say like a jack of all trades. He didn't really, a lot of the time he didn't really show competence in many of the things. He did some things, however a lot of the things he didn't. However, yeah, I don't know, it's sort of, it's interesting, to say the least. I do like how the characters did have their own sort of styles though, that feels a lot like how it would happen in Minecraft and all that sort of thing, and I don't know, I think that works. I guess, yeah, overall though, I think the biggest problem, and I probably said the biggest problem was something before, however, like another one of the biggest problems was the movie felt like it was rushing through things. Not like the movie was rushed in terms of production, however, like the movie felt like it went really, really quick, and basically everything in the movie was sort of what was like shown in the trailers. I kept waiting for like this one big thing, and I suppose the one big thing ended up being like the Enderman or the big piglin. I guess they were the big things. Like I kept waiting because like I was near certain before going into the movie that they would probably end up going into the Nether and exploring it more and all that sort of thing. And they didn't really do anything like that. The Nether was barely shown, to be honest. There was the Bastion, which all the piglins are in, and Jack Black was in one of the prisons for a while, and that's it. Like that's all that was shown of the Nether. And I was expecting like to go see more and stuff like that. Like, you didn't even get to see Striders or anything like that. Like, I don't feel it was very explored, like, as much as it probably could have been. Then, like, yeah, I don't know. As I said, there's lots of Minecraft elements. The overworld stuff was fairly good. There was some things that didn't make sense in Minecraft, in Minecraft logic or in real life logic, therefore it sort of stood out a bit. There were some things that I think maybe in like Dungeons and Legends that I don't know about, therefore I'm not going to really like, I guess, comment too much on that, because I honestly don't know whether like they're actual things or not. However, otherwise though, like, I think it was good overall. as I said, I think it's, yeah, the humor, and then like how it sort of rushes through things, because there's like this side plot with a villager and the vice principal, and that whole thing was like a mess on its own right, and I didn't find that very funny, to be honest. I found that quite frustrating whenever they'd go back to it. Therefore, yeah, that's I guess my thoughts on the movie. There wasn't, I guess, as much to talk about, like, about the movie itself, like the different scenes and stuff like that, because as I said, a lot of the scenes and stuff were in the trailer. Like, a lot of the points in the movie was simply people in the theater, like, talking over the trailer points because they said the same things that were in the trailer. And I mean, I don't know if that's the right way to advertise a movie and get people in and watching it. However, it seems to have worked for this. Therefore, yeah, I think I'll probably definitely watch it again when it comes out in streaming services, see if my opinion changes or not. However, at least for now, I think I'm a little bit more mixed positive, I think. Mixed positive? Does that sound good? I think that sounds good. that sounds like a good way of ending this. Anyway, yeah, that's my sort of thoughts on a Minecraft movie. Curious to see where this goes, if another one will come out. I know the post-credits scene implies that there will be a future for the movies. We'll find out. However, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.